Hello YouTube, it's Thomas. Welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be telling you guys about everything you need to know about the PlayStation 5. Before we get started, I would like to mention that the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox they released a new name for it, and it is going to be called the Xbox Series X. At least the base console is. So these next-gen consoles are going to be very similar in specs, as they're both getting their processor and graphics card from the same source, which is AMD. Now let's get started with the PS5 specs. The CPU will feature an AMD chip-based Ryzen 8 core, which is very important. 8 cores, that is going to be a beast. 7nm Zen 2 processor. The PS5 GPU will be a custom AMD Navi GPU that supports ray tracing at the hardware level. So the implementation of ray tracing, which if you don't know what ray tracing is basically a mirror effect or different lighting effects that developers can implement into their game. So basically, if you're looking at like a puddle, it should reflect whatever angle you're seeing the puddle at and adapt in real time, which is quite a feat in the video game sense, as that's very hard to do, very challenging, and it can really mess up the frame rates. So to see that implemented would really be something on the next gen consoles. The PlayStation 5 will also feature 3D audio, which Mark Kearney, if you don't know who he is the lead architect on the PlayStation 4, and obviously I guess the lead architect on the PlayStation 5. He says that the 3D audio will be dramatically different to the PlayStation 4's audio. For storage, the PlayStation 5 will have an SSD, which is on the new PCIe 4.0 connection. Mark Kearney, the PS4 architect, as I mentioned before, stated that the loading times of Marvel Spider-Man on the PlayStation 5 resulted in a 0.8 second loading time compared to a 15-second loading time on the PlayStation 4. Now on to everybody's favorite part, resolution. A few weeks ago, Black Friday ended, so if you were lucky enough to snag a 4K or possibly even some of the brand new 8K TVs, then you definitely got some better stuff than I got. But the PlayStation 5 will feature 8K support in some way, most likely it will, and that will probably be upscaling, but the PlayStation 4 should also feature full 4K, no upscaling, just native 4K. So that is really awesome. So if you just went and bought your 4K TV on Black Friday, well then your PlayStation will be able to play on that in full 4K. The PlayStation 5 will also feature a 4K Blu-ray player. So if you have some 4K movies that you would like to play through your disc reader, you sure can on the PlayStation 5. So this will kind of be in the miscellaneous tab, but the PlayStation 5 will also support backwards compatibility with the PlayStation 4, as it's based on the same architecture. Mark Kearney stated that the PlayStation 5 will also feature cloud functionality. Also, if you purchased a PSVR, that will also be supported on the PlayStation 5. I really didn't have any doubts about that being supported, as it was actually quite a big hit with the PlayStation community and the VR community as well. So that will be supported on the PlayStation 5. As with the new console comes new controllers. The PlayStation 5 DualShock 5 controller will feature adaptive triggers, which if you don't know what they are, if you've previously seen a SCUF controller or other controllers of the like, the triggers can be adapted to where a slight touch will cause an activation of the actual trigger versus fully pressing it down. So this will provide better feedback and a quicker response time in different games, and you can adjust those as you go on this controller. The DualShock 5 controller will also feature improved haptic feedback with better rumble controls. USB Type-C will be supported as the charging port for the DualShock 5 controller. If you have had the PlayStation 4 for any length of time, you will know that the micro USB connector can sometimes break on the actual controller, or the cable, if you don't have a really good cable, or the cable that came with it, in my case, will also break and start having some crazy problems with the PlayStation with some inputs that you're not actually putting in and all that stuff. So USB Type-C will most likely fix those problems. The DualShock 5 will most likely be heavier than its predecessor, the DualShock 4 controller, because of its inclusion with new haptics and a higher capacity battery. Now, before I finish off this video, the thumbnail and the picture in the background that you're seeing right now of the PlayStation 4, that is a dev kit, and will most likely not look like the final product that you see on release day. Just wanted to let you know that, and other than that, if you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching. Peace.